Hmm? So you're looking after the drink stand now. If I'd known sooner, I would... I've got to say, I'm getting curious. I've heard a lot about your mixology skills. I wonder what kinds of drinks you can mix with the ingredients Glenfiddich has prepared. I don't have much of a choice. It's just one thing after another right now. First off, as the captain of the reconnaissance company, I have to lead by example. So, I've been intensifying my training lately. Being a descendant of sinners means I have to work hard to maintain my position. Anyway, on top of all that, my duel with Miss Clorand required a lot of focus and energy. Learning how to turn defense into attack and seize the initiative when facing a combined assault from sword and musket. Even now, I'm still chewing through the details. But in the end, the exchange went well, and both parties learned a great deal. Never mind writing reports from 6 different perspectives, I feel like there's enough worth mentioning to write 24 of the things. Oh, I sure could. Anything that'll perk me up would be welcome. I'll leave the details to you.
One twinkling starlight for Captain Eula. Hope you like it.
Judging by your confident tone, I'm certain I will. Huh. Not bad. Sweet and tingly, with a delightful airiness. I suddenly feel full of vim and vigor. But just one glass doesn't quite scratch the itch. How about something with a bit more bite? Don't hold back. You don't need to worry about putting me on the floor with nothing but a couple of drinks. Works for me. The first company hasn't assigned me any paperwork for tonight. That's right. The merchant I got it from called it Romaritime flower fruit extract. It has a very unique smell. Here, have a bottle. Oh, it's a necessary courtesy. In that book Miss Magistus lent me, The Blade Dancer, 20 years on, it says, after a duel, a Fontanian swordsman will politely invite their defeated opponents to a banquet. To properly play host to Miss Clorand, I searched for quite some time to locate a rare goods merchant in Dorman Port who sold this juice. I had my doubts at first, too. But Amber said something that makes a lot of sense. She said that even if this custom doesn't really exist, besides, who doesn't like trying new things, right? When I gave it to her at our post-training banquet, Miss Clorand really did. Yes, I have. For a while, the situation there was difficult. A gang of outlaw engineers was messing about. To make matters worse, several veteran knights who had been stationed at Dorman Port were transferred to my squad, and they weren't happy. Leading them on this mission was quite eventful. It took 3 weeks of stealth operations in the snow. Those veteran knights faced the bitter cold and were almost taken down by the enemy's smuggled battle mechs. Fortunately, the battle went our way, and they had no choice but me. I'm completely fine. But it was mentally tiring for sure. But fortunately, the operation wore them down far more. If any new recruits try to make my life difficult, I'll just have my veterans give them a few friendly If you want to know what I've been eating recently, I'd better start. They launched a diet improvement. In the past, we only had dry rations. Every mealtime we had to set up pots and campfires. Now we just need to bring our standard field rations, comprising of 5 cans and 9 paper packages. We can... You did say, sounds like, right? The problem is, in order to meet preservation standards, they have to make their... The vice captain of the 5th company, who has a somewhat dry... In any case, after eating it for a week, my taste buds have gone completely numb. You can hardly blame the logistics company. After all, it is hard to please everyone. Our feedback has already been submitted, and of course, having fresh meals prepared in camp by a dedicated company chef is still the best. Oh my. To be honest, before we crossed, Miss Clorand's combat style comes from the mysterious Marechaussee hunters. In the library, a more recent newspaper claimed that Miss Clorand was an orphan from an underwater kingdom, and that before battle she would perform rituals inviting spirits to... Certainly, from my own experiences, Miss Clorand's abilities more than match those descriptions. Incorporating elements of swordsmanship into a commemorative cocktail at a time like this sounds nice, but how do you plan to... That definitely matches the That's right. You really know your stuff. I doubt there's any... there's no need to make it sound so fancy. It's just an aristocratic variant of Favonius blade work. Firewater. In recent years, firewaters gained popularity the world over. You really are good. Why don't we try replacing the fruit wine with... As for the alcohol content, that's not a problem. Plenty of the expedition team may have drunk themselves senseless with firewater. Brilliant! I'm looking forward to seeing how you do.
Here's your all-new Seafoam Sword Song, mixed to meet your personal preferences.
Oh my, what beautiful colors! And you even added my Romaritime flower. The aroma is perfect, and I can smell the alcohol, but it doesn't stifle the fruity fragrance. Give me a moment to come up with the right words. I know it's unbecoming of a lady, and a proper connoisseur would savor their... But I'm sorry, this is just... can you mix me another? Ah. Oh, no, what was I going to say? I've completely lost my train of thought. Whatever. I feel fantastic. This cocktail. Oh, it's the best I've ever had. I think I'm gonna head home and get some sleep. Don't worry about me. This is the happiest tipsy I've been in years. By the time I've written up those reports for my exchange with Miss Clarend, I'll have been on duty for 3 months straight. Jean, the acting grandmaster. Isn't it about time she gave me some time off? I won't be forgetting this injustice in a hurry. You mark my words.